You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Chris, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I am your host, Christian_CFS, and we got a great show for you today. It is playoffs. It's not fantasy, but it's playoffs. And you know that's when everything really turns up. But here's your co-host, Mr. K Camp. How you doing, Mr. K Camp?
I am doing well. I cannot complain. I will not complain. Welcome. What's up, my people? Shalom Akim to my good people. Shalom Akim to my bad. May you learn to become good, because we need good people in this world. What's up, bro?
Yeah,
I'm hoping it don't snow here, so I can take my boys to school. I can be off tomorrow and have a little bit of peace. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna lose it if it snows tomorrow. They cancel the school.
Hey,
not on my day. Not on my day off.
Man, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so it won't make a difference to me.
Y'all, for the holiday tomorrow?
Nah, we got like Juneteenth, so
I mean, yes, that's what's up, because we don't get Juneteenth, but you should still automatically get MLK Day, because it's always been like that.
they gave that up in our thing. They gave up that day for like Juneteenth.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Y'all can have Juneteenth, but you can't get MLK. Yay!
Yeah.
What?
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, my next day off is not until like
Memorial Day.
May, like May or
That's
something like that.
yeah.
April, May.
That's the next holiday. That's the next holiday.
Like,
that's where I'm mad, because you know you're not getting Easter off. That's where I'm mad at Mother Nature if she snow tomorrow, because my next schedule off and it's not until Memorial Day. So you want to snow on all the days you want to snow on my day off. Man, you better not. It's freezing here though. It's like the high like 22 today.
oh my goodness.
So yeah,
This dude said 22.
that's the high,
Bro.
Yeah.
Where I used to live, man, it was negative 37, dog.
Negative 37.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Okay, I gotta come out.
Nah, but let's go on and get into this, man. We've been rattling and babbling a little bit. We got a great show for everybody today. Yes, we know fantasy is over, but y'all still get to hear our voice, and we get to give y'all a great show. So for the segments that y'all gonna see today, we're gonna go back into the CGP news and give you some news and updates. But then on top of that, we're gonna give you our all fantasy football team 2023 version. And y'all tell us what you think. Most likely it's probably gonna be the same as everybody else's. But then we're gonna add a twist to the end of it. We're gonna need y'all's help out there though. We're gonna need y'all to leave stuff down up in the comments and let us know when we tell you. But let's go and get into it.
CGP news.
It is the CGP news. News. What news do we got for the people so far? If you reading this right now, you watching it, listening to it, man, the first thing, since it is playoffs, you already know the first thing we're gonna say. Man, the home teams put on a show yesterday.
They did.
On Saturday, any team that played at home put on a show. And when I mean they put on a show, it was a blowout. Like CJ Stroud came in, did his thing.
Hey, CJ.
We can see CJ put the team up on his shoulders, showing him like what they want to do. Go and put the Browns back into the little cupboard. Go and say, hey, Joe Flacco, you've been shining a little bit too much. But the only reason why y'all beat us was because I didn't play. But now that I'm playing,
I didn't play.
Let me show you the reason why. And you also didn't see my buddy over there. What's the kid name from Alabama?
Right, from Alabama. Right. He didn't play either.
He didn't play either.
Number 3 overall pick.
So the 2 first-round draft picks, number 2 and number 3, did not play. So you already know. And the second game, who was the second game? Oh yeah, Kansas City handled their thing, which we all probably kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
Them playing up in
Somebody
cold weather.
did.
We know the Dolphins.
Somebody
play
did see it coming
in the cold, but
right.
But yeah, and then also like we had another, like it's the first time ever like a number 7 seed ended up winning a playoff game. And with that 7 seed is the youngest 7 seed or youngest team in general. It's gonna be interesting what happens up in the good old San Francisco.
Right, and we might have another Black Monday coming up.
Oh, so, we're gonna have another black one.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think they should do it. I think they should do it.
I won't be mad. It's the veteran team, so I can see him going there and helping them out. Bill going to the Cowboys and helping them out.
But
I hope he obviously realize he won't have a GM duties. Go ahead.
True. Well, he ain't gonna have that. No. But
really,
my thing is this: who would he bring as his OC?
Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels. If he gets the pick, if JJ lets him pick, Josh McDaniels. True.
And then you know how good the offenses are whenever this underneath him. So
he gonna sell him. Hey, Tom Brady. Josh was here for all 6 championships with Tom Brady. So I do want to give a extra. I know you mentioned CJ, but I want to say CJ is the first rookie quarterback in history to be a number 1 defense in the NFL. So shout out again to CJ Stroud in Houston, Texas.
Okay, shout out CJ. Anything else you could think? Like we're filming this on Sunday, and we actually watching the Detroit versus the Rams game right now, and it is another back and forth, man. It
is.
I'm talking about they just going back and forth.
I should have bet that. I need a Rams. I'm personally going for the Rams. Personally, I like Detroit, but yeah, I'm personally going for the Rams.
Everybody out there, I'm sticking to what we said from the very beginning. I'm sticking to what we said from the very beginning. Watch out for Detroit, and that's what I'm going for. Because technically, if they didn't get screwed like they did in that Dallas game, they would have had the number 1 seed, and they wouldn't have to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm going for the Rams purely for personal reasons. I put a future bet on them, long shot to win a Super Bowl. So I gotta double down on who I pick. So I'm sticking with them.
Okay. So what did you think about that? So do you think they should have played the game? Wasn't it supposed to play today? The Buffalo versus the Steelers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the winter weather advisory.
I just don't know how bad it really. I haven't been following too much, so I really don't know like how bad it really is. Basically, they were saying if the fans can't get to and from the stadium, they didn't want to put them in harm's way. That's why they left KC to do it. That's why they let Kansas City still have that. They was like, okay. You're not supposed to be really, really cold. People can still get to and from the fans stadium. Can still
get to and from the actual stadium. So that makes sense.
Right. So that was why. So I guess
the NFL looking out for their fans.
Hey, because we need that money. They gonna want their money back or something. Yeah. They gonna want something. So we gotta. And then we saw it was still packed there. In KC Arrowhead. So yeah, let's go. We're about to score again.
Yeah, I need them to get McCarron Williams.
I mean, yeah.
All right, man.
Cool with that.
So, in the next segment, we are giving you our all fantasy team 2023. And for the people that aren't looking, I kind of add a little flavor into this as well. But we wanted to look out for everybody that's actually playing in all type of formats. 1 QB leagues, super flex, tight end premium, anything you can think of. Well, besides for IDP, we ain't doing anything for y'all, and we are sorry about that. But if you want us to start doing some IDP talks, just let us know. Leave it down up in the comments. We are men of the people, and if that's what y'all want to see, also we can add it in there, and we'll do it. But we also got to give a shout out to the number one QB, Mr. Josh Allen, for making the All Fantasy 2023 Cerberus Gridiron Podcast team. Then we got at running back. We already know who is going to be Chris McCaffrey.
Yes,
then we had a tie between RB number 2, which is we gave it to Brees Hall because he was number 2. But then you got CD Lamb.
Of course.
Yep, he deserves it. You got
career
year, third year, career high. Let's see, can he do something similar to it next year? Then we also got wide receiver 2 in Tyreek Hill, which he almost did his thing as well, was getting that 2,000 like he said he was going to do. But if he did not get hurt, I think he would have got it. Then we got
yards, so
another third-year wide receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Did his thing from
Amon-Ra, we would not disrespect you like they did in real life at the Pro Bowl, buddy. We got you. We got your back. We got your back here at Cerberus Gridiron Pod. We got your back. They did you dirty, bro.
Yeah, dog. You should have been in there. But at tight end, we got Mr. Sam Laporta. Then at the defense, we also had the Baltimore Ravens defense. At kicker, we had Mr. Brandon Aubrey. And then for the people out there that are do super flex, we had to also bring in Jalen Hurts. And for that flex position, we had to bring in your boy who came out of nowhere that nobody didn't know anything about. We know some people knew about this guy, but there was a birdie out there too. What the head coach said.
I want to pull up because I know I had Puka on my spreadsheet. There was a birdie and saying what?
There was a birdie out there up in a head coach that said, "Hey, you need to look out for this cat right here because he gonna do some things this year." And that was Puka Nacua.
There was a birdie. See, it was a birdie. What now? There was a birdie.
Like the head coach, Sean McVay said.
Sean McVay did say that.
He said, "Hey, look out for Puka because he's been turning heads up in training camp, and you know how we say you got to go with the narrative. If the head coach is saying something, yeah, it might be a smoke screen every now and then, but you just got to know the coaches." But this is your all fantasy football team 2023, and you was about to say something, Mr. K Camp. What was you about to say?
I am looking for, because I know I had him on my spreadsheet, but I made a note. I don't know my spreadsheet. I made a note about him, about Puka. And I'm pretty positive I was like, sleeper, grab him in the third round if I can. But I didn't have a third round pick. And I didn't get him. He should be on my team. Ugh. But I just wanted to look at my notes and what I actually said about him. But I can't find my spreadsheet. I got 2022 spreadsheet, but I don't know where I put the 23rd. So that was all.
So and for the people that are trying to understand like why these guys made it to these positions and then don't understand it, we're gonna tell you the actual stats for like every person that is actually on here to give you an actual idea of what made them get to their rightfully position of the all fantasy team 2023. So you got Mr. Josh Allen. Josh Allen ended up throwing for 4,306 yards on 29 touchdowns and then 18 interceptions, which also include 524 yards rushing for 15 touchdowns. So That's pretty.
That's tough.
That's pretty decent right there. Then you also had at number 2, you had Jalen Hurts, which came in at 3,858 passing yards for 23 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. But then also rushing, he had 605 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns. So, which both of those guys ended up going for. Josh Allen had 392.64 fantasy points, and Jalen Hurts had 356.82. If we want to go to the running backs, we can tell you, and just on what we're doing, we're just giving you like an idea of like what it takes to get on this all fantasy team. For the running backs, you had I might have made a mistake. Wait, no. Hold on. I forgot I ain't changed it. Never mind. Just playing. Didn't make no mistake. Didn't change it. So we had Christian McCaffrey, number 1 running back for you. He ended up having 1,459 rushing yards on 14 touchdowns. And then he had 67 receptions for 564 yards and 7 touchdowns, which ended up getting him the number 1 overall spot, which is 391.3 again. So Brees Hall ended up having 994 rushing yards on 5 touchdowns with 76 receptions, 591 yards, and 4 touchdowns, which ended up giving him a grand total of 290.5. And we know that this year was a running backs were actually down a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening next year. But if we go to the wide receivers, you know how the wide receivers, we've already been saying this, everybody's been saying this, now it's starting to turn into a wide receiver game. Your boy CeeDee Lamb had 135 receptions for 1,749 yards on 12 touchdowns. He also had 113 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns as well, which ended up getting him 403.2 fantasy points. And this is in PPR formats. Then you got Tyreek Hill, which we all know he was really close to getting that 2,000. He was only 201 off of it, but we think things would have been different if he would have ended up not being hurt that one game. I think they probably would have force fed him the ball just to get him that extra, like the last couple games. But then on top of that, he had 1,799 yards, 13 touchdowns. His rushing wasn't too high. Only got 15 rushing yards, which ended up him having 376.4 fantasy points in PPR format. Then you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, which he had another 119 receptions for 15
career,
1,515 yards, 10 touchdowns, which co-host said he had a career year, which is not shocking, right? 3rd year into the league. You should be taking it up a notch. So that's what he's doing right now. Ended up having 330.9 fantasy points. And for our flex guy, Mr. Puka, who came out of nowhere, the rookie, he might be the rookie of the actual NFC, dog. I really think he might be.
He should be. I agree. He should be. I think, well, it's between him and CJ. I think CJ's going to win AFC. He should win NFC.
Well, yeah, he'll bring AFC, but I'm talking about just the NFC.
Overall,
that's why I said it. Now, overall, that's going to probably be CJ. But I think Puka will win it for the actual NFC, because no NFC quarterback that was a rookie did anything.
Right. So here are my notes on Puka. I got 6'2", senior 6'2", per PFF, leash routes per route run, 90% man coverage zone grade, 75 man grades. Said he helped propel Zach Wilson when he was there, because they both played together. I got could be a solid pro, similar to an Adam Thielen type growth. Sleeper, good end around type guy. I was supposed to get him late in the 3rd. didn't have one.
So why didn't you give him any picks just to get him? You could have got 312.
I had already had so many picks. I think I had like six picks.
So
that's a lot.
Ain't nothing.
And then Rashid White 6'1", 205. He had a high RAD score. Yeah. I mean, of course, it's hindsight now. Hindsight, yeah. I would have got his ass in the second round. I would have got him over Roshan and I got a 212. But that's hindsight. But yeah, I had him third round, man.
Shoot, man. Hey, it'd be like that sometimes, dog. It'd be like that, man. Those are the ones that actually hurt your heart for a little bit. But let's go and get to the tight ends. We got Mr. Sam Laporta, rookie. This might be no, never mind. Because he's a rookie tight end, even if he did break numbers, and so did Puka anyways. But we know Sam Laporta ended up having 86 receptions for 889 yards on 10 touchdowns, which ended up getting him 239.3 points for fantasy for everybody out there. For the defense, we already went over this in some previous episodes, but we're going to do it again for the people. Baltimore Ravens defense had 89 tackles for loss, 60 sacks, 115 QB hits, 18 interceptions, 13 forced fumbles, 1 safety, 1 defensive touchdown, 1 return touchdown, 268 points allowed, which ended up getting them 10.2 points per game for 174 fantasy points for the whole year.
That's 174. Woo! It's good for a defense.
Yeah. So, and then at number 1 overall, we had Mr. Brandon Aubrey.
Oh, yeah.
Rookie, 29 years old.
He missed today.
What?
But go ahead. It doesn't matter. He missed a field goal today, I think. Or extra point he missed. The extra point he missed. It's like 30-some yards.
Man. Things change whenever you get to the playoffs. That daggone.
Yes,
what
sir.
They say up in the Beverly Hills Cops, the heat is on.
Hey, the heat is on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't handle that heat. But Mr. Brandon Aubrey ended up made 36 field goals on 38 attempts, which ended up getting him 94.7 field goal percentage. His long this year was 60. He made 49 extra points, and he ended up attempting 52, which ended up getting him 10.4 points per game. And he had 177 points for the whole fantasy year. So that is how they got to the all fantasy football team 2023. But this is where we was talking about we was going to need y'all's help in the comments. Because we know some of these people ain't going to be up on this board again this year. But some might be able to stay. Who are the ones that are going to stay? Going to write those down up in the comments. And then who do you think should have been replaced in one of these columns? And then tell us why in the comments as well. But Mr. K Camp, who would you replace on here?
I don't know if anybody needs to be replaced, but I can take a stab at who I think would not be there next year.
I got two people. I got 2 people off gate that ain't gonna be there next year.
I think that either Amon-Ra or Sam Laporta will have a drop off next year because I think that Ben Johnson is going, right? So he's going to a new team. So I think that's going to affect the offense. And one of them, Sam Laporta has such a great year as a rookie. Is he going to repeat that really? That 86 catches, that's tough. Bro, Keith Jackson record, that's tough. So I think he will be down from what he did. I also think CeeDee Lamb, if JJ fires McCarthy, brings in, Josh McDaniels and brings in Bill Belichick, I think CeeDee will not have career numbers. He won't continue to go up high.
You think so?
Yeah, I do think
You saw what they did with like Randy Moss whenever he went in there, and then he had Tom Brady now.
Let's not compare CeeDee Lamb and Randy Moss. Let's not do that. CeeDee Lamb, Randy Moss
Oh,
is
he's
literally
not Randy
a
Moss.
top
I'm
three
not saying
wide
that was
receiver of
Randy
all
Moss
time.
whenever. Yeah, but he also wasn't third year up into the league too as well.
I don't. I just think that he had a career year, right? I can't remember how many touchdowns he had, but he had a career year,
Yeah,
and
he gonna
that's
step
tough
down
to
like a little bit.
right. 1,700 yards. He's going. It's what they call it. It's what kind of regression? I forgot. It's a automatic regression. It's going to regress a little bit.
Okay, he gonna get 1,600 yards next year. 1,500.
I would say probably about 1,500. He's not getting 17. I would say 14 to 1,500. Tyreek Hill, is he gonna still be there? So I think Amon-Ra and Ola Porter gonna drop down. Puka, I kind of want to say Puka, man. I kind of want to say Puka too, because it's tough to repeat that, right? 1,400 yards, 86, 6 touchdowns, 105 catches. That's tough to repeat. Tough. As a rookie.
Well, I already know
sophomore
so
slump.
pretty much it seems like we're saying that like everybody on here is going to end up being gone, which that's what it should be. Like,
I think CMC is still going to be one of the top. He won't do what he did. But I think he'll still be one of the top.
He might be the only one on here that's going to be here next year. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, he might be the only one. I'm knocking on wood over here because he's on my fantasy team, but I think he might be the only one. Nah, dog. I'm riding him until the wheels fall off.
I ain't mad at you for it.
He can be 34 years old. Come on,
still going. He's breaking all running back rules. Right.
Yep. He's gonna be all the way down there up in the flex position, coming in just on buys. But
so I say CD, Amon-Ra, Sam, and then Puka. Who you got?
I don't see Josh Allen or I don't see Jalen Hurts being on here next year.
Really.
I can see Amon-Ra being back on here because even though you think, but you also remember what Amon-Ra did his rookie year before Ben Johnson got there.
I'll say one of them. Not both of them won't be on here. One of the Detroit Lions coming off. I'll say that. One of the Detroit Lions.
Okay. I can see like an Amon-Ra and like CD flip type of deal. Because I don't think we've seen the best out of Amon-Ra. I'm not saying Amon-Ra's going to be number one. He had 1,500. But then with him being the slot guy,
19 catches.
119,
that's tough. That's a lot. You repeat that? I mean,
it's only one way but up now. You went number one, so you gonna try to be like, man, we can go back and we can look at it. Like, let's take a look at what he did during his career.
That's a lot. 119.
That is a lot.
1,500.
But also
he's steady going up now.
His rookie year, he did 912 yards. His sophomore season in the league, he did 1,161 yards. And then this year, he jumped up and did 1,515 yards, which, like what you just said, he can keep going up. Like, so he's only getting better.
You're predicting 1,700.
Yeah, like if he's on that trajectory, like he could end up being... He could do that CD-ish, 135 receptions on like 180 targets.
So let me ask you this: you don't think there would be a drop off with them losing Ben Johnson? He does.
I don't think so.
You don't think that? I'll ask you a question. You don't think
because we already know who's probably going to end up taking it overall. Like we think, like we already said it. We think the QB's coach is probably going to end up taking it. Which isn't that Ben Johnson? I think.
I don't know who the QB coach is for them.
Well, I'm gonna look that up.
I just think that
right now.
I think they will have a year type like the Eagles had. Like we're seeing the Eagles struggle without Shane Steichen, and I think they lose Ben Johnson. they're going to struggle too. They might still be good, right? Still be good, have a pretty good record, but the numbers ain't going to be there. That's what I think. I think Ben Johnson is that good that you're going to see there's a regression.
Dog. So, if this was to happen, this is another reason why I don't say, because do you know who the QB coach is?
I have no idea. Detroit? No idea.
It is Mark Brunell. Do you remember Mark Brunell?
Lefty. I remember Mark Brunell Jaguars.
Yeah. Now I'm not saying that. I just found that out, dog. So you and me both were shocked, and that's the reason why I made that statement. So, like, if you look at that QB guy,
that's interesting. That is interesting.
If Mark Brunell is the QB coach, and if he gets that next, if he wants to be the OC,
sure he does.
It's going to be a pass-happy league again. Let's see what type of offense he's going to want to do. He's probably going to still run the exact same offense. The only difference that he's going to end up doing is he might put a little twist in it. I don't know what twist he's going to do, but because that offense is looking good. But this is the heavyweight fight going on right now. On top of that, I definitely don't see Aubrey being back up here again, dog. And did you see who was the number 2 person? No. Shoot. People out there right now would have said if they did not realize that daggone Brandon Aubrey was the number 1 kicker without looking, they probably would have said, "Oh, buddy from Baltimore," and then Harrison Butler.
JT. Yeah.
Justin Tucker. My bad. Kickers are people too. We know. I should never forgot about y'all. But just saying, I don't see. Then you also got to look at the people that actually was injured this year who wasn't even on this list. So JJ coming back with a vengeance this year. So is JJ going to want
hopefully his Jamar Chase comes back?
I was about to say you got Jamar Chase coming back with the vengeance. Who knows where daggone Stephon Diggs is playing next year? He might be playing. Shoot, who needs a daggone wide receiver right now?
Right. What you finna
He's
say?
so fed up right now. Let me see. Who needs a wide receiver? Is he going to pitch?
That's good, though. They got to be good.
Gotta be good. Well, you already know they ain't sending them to daggone KC.
Man, I think it's where D-Hop is going. But they can use a veteran wide receiver who can get open.
So, Raji Rice is the next guy right there. Raji Rice showed up.
Yeah, playoff week. But you do want that. He did.
Raji Rice showed up during playoffs. But it was interesting. I was looking at some of the mock drafts, and they had Keon Coleman going there next year in the first round.
To KC?
To KC.
I saw that too. I was like, really?
Mm-hmm. So you know what that means? That Sky Moore is falling down the depth chart?
Oh,
they're not going to re-sign. What's his name?
McCall Harmon?
No.
Yeah, Sky Moore is done.
He wasn't even. Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney as well. He's going to fall down the depth chart. But they still might bring in D-Hop because if you think about that would be a nasty duo right there. D-Hop's a hold, and he's just going to get that veteran presence and teach these young cats how to do what they're supposed to do, be a professional in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But shoot, who else at tight end? We don't know what's going to happen with Travis Kelce. Is he going to hang him up, or is he going to try to go back one more year and pull like what his brother is? I think his brother's done after this year. If they get knocked out if they get knocked out up in the first round, I think he's going to be done.
I think he's done too, because he was almost done last year.
Yeah,
they got to score a touchdown in the red zone. Too many field goals. Field goals will get you beat, man. You might have one more possession.
Hey, if they score a touchdown, it needs to be to Kyren Williams.
They finna kick another field goal.
Which I don't blame them. They should be kicking the field goal. Keep it a close game.
Yeah, but they
So
they did it 3 times in the touchdown.
But yeah, let me go back to this. Like, could you guess the actual kicker for like number 2 who finished number 2? And I bet you're gonna be shocked, dog. I was shocked whenever I saw it.
If it wasn't Justin Tucker
or wasn't Justin.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It was the kicker from Chicago. I ain't about to butcher his name, so it's Santos.
What's his name?
Yeah, Santos, and then Matt Gay tied for second. They both had 150 fantasy points. And if you really want to be frank, yeah, I'd have never, because it made me think about it. It was like, dang, Chicago. Man, we was all talking junk about Chicago. If you are still watching this right now, we greatly appreciate you and letting us entertain you. First of all, we want to thank everybody for being here. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If we have given you value for the whole year, just go and hit that subscribe button. Because like what we said before, it's only 69% of y'all that are, and y'all don't be laughing up in the comments or anything like that, because I said 69% of y'all have been watching the video, but you have not hit that subscribe button. Just go and hit that subscribe button. It's not hard. All it takes is just a little click. Hit that subscribe button. And we just want to thank y'all. Like, the 2024 season is here. We're going to keep giving y'all that actual insight. And we got a show for you next week. And we'll tell you at the very end, once, any other last words you would want to say, Mr. K Camp?
Just want to say I thank y'all for joining. I know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Spread love, not hate.
Spread love, not hate, everybody. And for the people that actually stayed to the very end, we got a show for you next week. We are going to do a round table with a couple of our guys up in our leagues, and each one of us will be a GM of a team that head coach got fired. Or it could be a GM that has like a high pick, and like somebody could be the Bears GM, somebody could be the Commanders GM, somebody could be the Atlanta Falcons, something like that. But we are going to get all down to nitty gritty, and it's going to be a good show. It might end up being a daggone 2-parter, man, because you remember last time whenever we had some of the guys on, it was super duper long. So don't be shocked if it ends up being a 2-parter, because we got a show for you. Peace out.
What's up, bro? I'm hoping it don't snow here, so I can take my boys to school. I can be off tomorrow and have a little bit of peace. So that's where I'm at.
Oh, give me a big fat break.
Yeah.
Justin Tucker, my bad. Kickers are people too. We know. I should never forgot about y'all. But just saying, things change whenever you get to the playoffs. That daggone.
Yes,
what
sir.
they say up in the Beverly Hills Cops, the heat is on.
Hey, heat is on.
The heat is on.
I do want to give a extra. I know you mentioned CJ, but I want to say CJ is the first rookie quarterback in history to be a number 1 defense in the NFL. So shout out again to CJ Stroud in Houston, Texas.
Okay, shout out CJ.
First and foremost, I ought to always give my Lord and Savior all the credit. Jesus Christ, man. Without him, I wouldn't be here. It's the reason I'm here.
But we also got to give a shout out to the number 1 QB, Mr. Josh Allen, for making the all fantasy.
Playing with this guy, practicing with this guy, he's a guy that can do it.
It'd be like that, man. Those are the ones that actually hurt your heart for a little bit.
We are right, and we might have another Black Monday coming up.
Oh, we're gonna have another black one.
Yeah,
Another one.
It's only 69% of y'all that are, and y'all don't be laughing up in the comments or anything like that, because I said 69%.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.